It's the Bucs and the Bears. All that and more. Coming up next.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bucs in this matchup. We know how good they are throwing the football, #1 in the league. But they're in for a stern test here.
Without question, because they're facing the best defensive unit in the NFL. They've got speed at every level on that side of the ball. Everyone can run, and that leads to a situation.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The Smith's throw taken in by Evans here. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here's Jones. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Fields throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. The 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He rifles one that's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shot to play football.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Geno down to throw. The pass is caught by Cade Otton, and he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. First connect. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Let's go, man.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And he is going to have the Bears first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. To throw is Fields. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chase Claypool with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Let's go now.
On first down, Smith got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the...
Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. Throwing is Smith. Complete right side to Otten. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Smith. Delivering a pass here to Evans on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On second down, here's Fournette. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Bears will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
A good pickup there at 22.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On first down, it's Fields. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. For the Bears at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. In motion comes the tight end left. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Fields on first down. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. Now it's Fields. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Fields. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, but here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one is Slayton over the middle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that one.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Fields. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. George Pickens from 6 yards away.
And the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter.
Point after, right down the middle.
And that makes the score 14-7. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Smith. And this is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Geno on first down. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Now Smith.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Jones hit and the ball's out. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not, but sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the visiting side who have the lead in that one. Jacoby Brissett has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get...
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 35 on second down, Fields able to hit his target, Claypool. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing again is Fields.
That's complete to Slayton. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Fields now to throw.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears.
Chuba Hubbard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Smith. And that is incomplete here.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
27 yards there, a first down.
Back to throw, Fields.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
To the air again, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. And glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Now a dump off here complete.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Fields.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick here is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. On second and a couple. Smith. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up third down.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your line and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Desperation time for Smith on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Here's Fields. Finding Pickens for another catch.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12.
That one a first down pickup of 8. To throw is Fields.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Chase Claypool
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 24. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Fielded right around the 8. And he returns this to the 22.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen...
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Pickens pulls it in. What a play.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. Back to throw. Fields.
He's got this to Pickens.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
To throw again on second down. Fields. Pickens on the slant. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Second down and 3, ball on the 7. Looking to throw. Fields. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Well, Charles, just impressive in all three phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Fielded right around the 8. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
Okay, ready? Hey,
On the draw, this is Fournette. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Geno now to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring out 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Smith. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Geno. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Throwing again is Smith. Caught on the slant. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Throwing now is Geno. This is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Oh, this is blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. 20. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points.
Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, and you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people freeze and they have to realize where the ball is. They picked it up and took it the other way.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Catch made by Slayton.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Fields.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
On the move past the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Fields throwing again. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.